Well, good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Bill.
It's a beautiful Monday morning, and we're talking about the ABS East Conference and the things that went on, the major themes. It was held in Miami Beach last week, and some surprising things.
Yeah, well, Miami Beach, I don't think we're going to talk about everything going on.
well, maybe not. We'll see. Let's talk about I don't know about you, Bob, but at a certain age, I go to bed early, all right? I just go to bed early, so I don't know what else went on.
I don't know. I saw some people coming in off. When I was getting up, they were coming in.
Very good, very good. All right, so let's talk about some major themes. It seems as though, the ABS involved a lot of things besides mortgages. It's for asset-backed securities. It involves auto loans. It seems like auto loans are raging.
That's what we were hearing. The auto loans are doing very well. The commercial securitizations are doing okay.
Commercial real estate.
Right. And the residential real estate.
Not so good.
Down the toilet.
Well, the SEC has passed Reg AB 2, and now the belief is that will help to bring the market back.
Yeah, people talk about what it's going to take to bring the market back, and we keep hearing all these different things.
A lot of buyers and sellers mainly.
I would say that's the main thing. It's funny, no one ever says that.
They say, what is it going to take to bring it back? And it's got to be this, more transparency. It's got to be liquidity. That sort of. It's just going to take a bunch of buyers and sellers.
Right, and I don't know how it's going to take. What it's going to take to get those.
They want to yield. Everybody wants to yield.
When PIMCO let Bill Gross go, all of a sudden the yield's going up.
Well, I don't know if they let him go or he left on his own, but anyway, he's gone.
Yeah, I think you have different stories on that, and so it doesn't really matter. But what was interesting is when he left, there was a big sell-off of 10-year notes, and they got the yield up a bit. It's funny that one person could do that. That just shows you the irrationality of the market.
Well, but we've known for a long time there's psychology in the market. Now, over the long term, it's influenced by a lot more than psychology, but in the short term, there are fluctuations. So let's talk about the psychology to get people, since we're off on psychology, and we've got one economist and one finance person who probably know very little about psychology. Let's talk about bringing the psychology back that the market is really going to work and clear, and we're going to have a functioning secondary mortgage market, a private secondary mortgage market.
Okay, well,
the SEC said that the volume today was 0.54%, so about 1/2% of what it was in 2006. 2007.
So it wouldn't take much to get it up, right?
You could double it very easily.
Well, think about what it's going to take. First of all, what were we talking about? We're talking about taking some of the essentially conforming stuff and moving it into securitization, right? Because already the non-conforming stuff is being securitized to a certain degree. It's not a lot of it, and the reason it's not being securitized a lot is because the people who are making those jumbo loans are keeping them on their books for the yield.
Well, absolutely. Their cost of funds is much lower than the rate they're earning on those assets. In fact, we have a client, who shall remain nameless, who makes lots of jumbo loans. In fact, their entire portfolio is nearly all jumbo.
And they're quite happy with it.
They're very happy. Their cost of funds is down here and their yield is up here, and they have very rigorous underwriting.
So what we're talking about are the non-jumbos, essentially. And there are two categories of non-jumbos. One are the conforming ones that GSEs approve, and then there's what used to be called non-prime.
Alt-A.
Alt-A, or
non-prime sounds better.
Or the subprime,
Non-prime sounds a lot better than Alt-A. It sounds a lot better. It's like almost prime.
Yeah, right.
And so, sort of like hamburgers, almost steak.
Yeah.
All right. So, having said that, what is it going to take to bring that market back? Because we've heard that lenders are relaxing their underwriting standards.
Yeah, but the problem, I think, is that the GSEs are still being very aggressive in basically buying up everything.
They are.
All right. So
you get good execution. If it fits in the box, you get great execution.
Exactly. So what's going to create a securitization market outside of the GSEs? Well, I think that it's going to start with some loans that don't quite meet the criteria for the GSEs.
Maybe I can't document my income the way they want it documented. Maybe my DTI is a little out, and it's not 43 to get basically to demonstrate ability to repay and qualify for sale. My all-in, if you will, debt to income cannot exceed 43%.
Exactly.
Maybe this is a 45% loan.
Right, and or someone who, when the crash occurred, they lost their home, and now they're paying their debts and they've got an income and there is some ability to pay,
Right.
But they may not qualify in the same way. Well, I think that there is a demand for those people. We've certainly had some anecdotal stories that people are looking for those kinds of loans, and trouble is no one's really making them right now.
Well, let's go. We went from facts and market to psychology, and now we're back to facts and markets. Let's go back to psychology for a moment, and let's talk a little bit about the mood at the conference.
Cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. Is that the new normal?
I think it is, unfortunately. People keep thinking that there's a rainbow somewhere or a bucket of gold at the end of the rainbow somewhere. They just haven't quite found it yet.
They haven't quite found the rainbow. If they could find the rainbow, they would find the pot of gold. Now, it seems like the people in auto securitizations, auto loans, they found the rainbow and the bucket of gold.
Right. And maybe in residential mortgage, it's more an issue of there's got to be a pony in here somewhere.
Well, maybe so. Maybe so. They're still looking. They're out there searching.
Yeah, they're stepping over a bunch of stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. My gut tells me that it's going to start in these non-prime loans, and that's where it's going to, and once that gets going, then it's going to open the door for other things.
Well, we're seeing a better year this year than last year, and last year was better than the previous year, and the perception is that next year, 2015, will be even better, and will get incrementally better. Most participants were talking about 16 until the market really opened. Not floodgates, but just open.
Yeah, there's, we've talked on this talk several times about the fact that the millennials are not going out there and buying houses. But I saw a survey last week where they were interviewing a lot of millennials, and they felt from this survey that the demand among millennials is still very high for home ownership. It's just that they don't have the funds to do it, student loan, other things, job market. And they just don't feel comfortable that they're really at a stage where they can really afford to get into a house.
Mobility's become a lot more important.
That's another big issue.
And so you give up some mobility when you buy a home.
Particularly in today's market.
It's much easier to get out of a lease than it is to sell a home.
Right. Well, there's an end to the lease.
Well, sure, it's contractual, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so, but the home in millennials' minds represents more of a permanent type investment.
Right.
And so, what are we to make of all this? Is it going to be happy times are here again, or is it going to be, we've got another 2 or 3 years of the doldrums?
I think more of the latter than
Oh
the
my
former.
goodness! Oh.
But I'm an economist, so that's all negative, right?
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So we went long on alcohol a long time ago on this program. All right, that was our deal a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think we need to stay long.
Okay, all right. Well, we're out of time. This is F&C's Morning View. I'm Bill Rayburn with Bob Dorsey. We hope each of you have a fantastic week. Goodbye, Bob.
Goodbye.